I'm gonna apply some stripes on my face here, straight from the applicator. I take the e.l.f. blending brush because I really enjoy how this brush kind of buffs out cream products and liquids, and I'm just going to blend this out into my skin. I'm going to take a little bit more of the foundation and I'm just going to buff it, press and buff it into just those areas on my dark spots, again just to see if I can build up the coverage and kind of go from there. I'm going to press it on first with my finger. This is going to help me see how opaque it is. Anastasia's, it's not even marketed as, oh, we have double the amount of pigment, but look how it just covered the dark mark. By pressing in with my finger, it covered it up. This is what I would have liked to have seen in the Hourglass foundation stick. Right when I press it on, I want to see it cover like a concealer. But you didn't hear that from me. Where's my cup of tea? Like Kermit. It does cover well the second coat. However, I'm adding more red to my skin. Definitely I'm not going to put a lot of bronzer or contour powder because it's just going to emphasize all this red that's inside of this foundation. And we're back. I have my foundation on from my sample. Now what I did this time is I scooped out a small amount and I placed it on my palm. I sanitized my hand and I placed this small amount there. First off, my preferred application technique for the Anastasia Stick Foundation is to warm it up somehow with my hands. That just seems to really get the texture of that foundation to really spread. I noticed the texture of the foundation to me feels like any other foundation stick that I have tried, with the exception of the Hourglass. I don't like to spread it out with a beauty blender. The beauty blender made the texture hard to spread evenly on the skin. It looked very patchy on the skin, and that's just my personal opinion. Second is the color. I fall into their shade of chestnut, which is part of their warm undertone. The color though for chestnut is slightly off, and I can see that very close up when I'm applying it. I can definitely tell the difference of the color. Now when it comes to foundation, I'm very much an exact girl. Reason being is I work with foundations currently that I get so close to your skin tone or my own skin tone where it's a dead match. Therefore, I don't mess with, oh, it's slightly there or it's almost there. No, those days are over. This is not the 90s. This is not the early 2000s. It is 2016. By now, foundation shade should be dead on matching in my eyes, or I'm going to mix and get it precisely there. Again, chestnut it's slightly off, but it's off enough where I can notice it in real life, and I'm not too happy with that. Here's what I'm talking about with it being color-wise. When I am looking at a new stick foundation that comes out on the market, I will compare it to my existing #1 stick foundation, which is by Bobbi Brown. I am in the shade Warm Almond. Reason being is, and this is actually a brand new stick because I finished already my last one, this is the exact color of my skin. The texture of this is absolutely above and beyond. So new foundation sticks coming on the market, this is what you're going to be compared to in my eyes because this one does it all. Of course, the second one is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation that just dropped. This is the exact color of my skin. Looking at Anastasia being a high-end brand, I'm going to compare it to these two brands as far as color choice specifically. These two already match my color of my skin. Why do I need to bother with another stick color that is slightly off? It's not going to make me want to further use that product. I'll just stick with the ones that currently match my skin to a T. Texture wise, I don't have really any complaints as far as the Anastasia versus the other two sticks that I'm going to compare it to. It feels exactly like any other stick foundation, which is what the Bobbi feels like. The Hourglass Vanish has a different texture that is also pleasing to me, so I don't mind that. Last would be the pigment. When I'm looking at pigment, the foundation sticks 9 times out of 10 will help with any type of slight discoloration underneath the eyes, lots of redness that you might have on the face. But when you're looking at the big players, when you're looking at large acne, any type of pits, when you're looking at dark marks that are also very apparent on darker skin tones, when you use the word pigment, you better cover, where I don't need to pull in something else. That was my con, that was my gripe with the Hourglass, claiming it has a lot more pigment. No, it doesn't, because it does not cover a dark mark the way you're claiming it should be. The Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation, you can use this like a concealer. It covers a dark mark. With the Anastasia foundation stick, I was able to use a concealer brush and dab onto the dark marks right along my jawline, and it built it up and cover it completely. But it was good enough for me to be like, you know what, if I don't want to go any further and pull in any type of additional pigment, I'm fine with that. That is a huge plus in my eyes. Based on my views, again, how I'm working with foundation on myself, on other faces, it's not something that I myself am going to use on me moving forward. I'm happy that I just got a sample of the two shades to try it out, test it out, see how I like it. If I can get it down to that shade match for a client, I have no problem using it. I think that it also photographs well. It will cover well on a client's face, and I think, you know, at the end of the day, I also think that he or she would be happy with it. So it's not going to work on me because of the color choice, but on a client, hey, I will use it. So those are my final thoughts and my opinions on the new Anastasia foundation stick. Let me know if you've already picked it up, and also if you don't mind that I used a sample. Again, I was going to buy the full stick, but I'm happy I just got the sample. I don't have to worry about going back, returning it, the shade, and so forth. So I hope that by using the sample, you didn't mind that as far as a review. I want to thank you for stopping by and watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe on your way out. That way you will always know when I upload every week here on the channel. Have a wonderful day or evening, no matter where you are located. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.